Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany. I'm a mum, I'm a wife, and I guess what makes me a little bit different to everyone else perhaps is that I'm a stage 4 breast cancer survivor. So it's a very long story. I've had people, many people tell me that I should share with everyone what I did and why I'm still here. So I decided finally to do that. I am not a doctor. I am not recommending anything, any medications, anything like that at all. What I will be doing though is sharing the whole entire experience from the first diagnosis through tests, procedures, surgeries, the whole thing, treatment. I found that when I did it, there wasn't a lot of support out there. There certainly wasn't the YouTube support there is nowadays with things out there to watch, and it's probably going to be very helpful and maybe set your mind at ease a little if you know what's coming. Many of you won't be stage 4, of course, and that's fantastic. But for those of you that are stage 4, it's a pretty scary road. I'm 48 years old. I'm a mum of 2 kids. I have a 10-year-old girl and a 5-year-old little boy, and I'm married to, luckily, a really amazing, supportive man who's been there through all of this and has never wavered in his support. He's incredible, and that's so important. So at the end of 2014, when my little boy was about 5 months old, I felt a lump in the top of my right breast. It felt kind of like a pea, hard, like a little marble. It felt round. And I went to my GP. She sent me for an ultrasound. The ultrasound came back clear. Nothing wrong whatsoever, nothing there. So my GP, she had a funny feeling. She had her intuition told her to send me for a second opinion. Thank God she did that, because if she hadn't done that, I swear I wouldn't be here right now. So she sent me for a second opinion. I went to a different place and got another ultrasound, and that came back that there was something there. From there, they sent me to get a biopsy, and I had a biopsy done, and then I was given the bad news, yes, it's cancer. I was booked in pretty quickly to go and get a lumpectomy. So I went in on a Friday to have that done, where they were just going to remove the tumor. When he went in, the surgeon found that it wasn't as simple and as small as they had thought. Now, the thing about these tumors, you can feel a lump that feels like it's the size of a marble. It can feel really small and quite compact. But these tumors can grow all sorts of shapes and different lengths, and so it was actually much longer than they'd actually thought at first, and it was going deeper down, and it was more shaped like that, more than just a little round marble. So he went in and found that it was actually much larger than they thought. So he didn't proceed. He sent me home, and he booked me in the following Friday for a mastectomy on the right side, to remove the entire breast. So they found out then the tumor, when he went in, was actually round about 3.5 or 4 centimeters in size. So it was quite substantial. I have triple negative breast cancer. So that means you're negative to all the hormonal types, estrogen types and other types like that, is negative to all 3. It is slightly rarer. It's not rare, but it's slightly rarer, less common than the other types. It is more aggressive. It is very aggressive. The tumors can double in size every couple of weeks. It's crazy. So I went in and had the mastectomy on the right side. After that, they started treatment shortly after. I had FEC-D, and I had 2 types. And if I do another video, I'll actually go deeper into all the treatment, what the treatment was, what it was like, and everything like that. But for now, I had 2 different types of treatment. I had 3 courses of one and 3 courses of the other. They were bi-weekly. So I finished that. And after that, I started a very strict regimen of vitamins and supplements that I researched myself. So I would sit there till about 2 o'clock in the morning, every single morning, and I would be researching everything I could about breast cancer. I wanted to know the survival rates. I wanted to know what people were doing that was still out there. I wanted to know what supplements, even if it wasn't completely proven that these worked, I wanted to know what they'd found interesting results with. I was most interested in things they were doing in Asian countries, China and Japan, because they're doing things out there that they just won't even entertain out here, which is crazy. So I went to my oncologist and I told her that I was going to start taking all of these supplements, and she laughed at me and rolled her eyes at me. More information again on everything I took later, because it's quite extensive. And as I said, I am not a doctor. I'm just sharing what I did. But I took all the supplements, and then a few months later I had scans. Now, it's important to say probably where it was. I had all the way through my right breast. It was just everywhere. There were massive tumors. I had all my lymph nodes removed because it was all the way through my lymph nodes under my arm. I had lesions in my lung, and I had lesions in my liver, which is why the stage 4, it was not just contained in the breast. So I had my scans done, and this would have been couple of months after the end of my treatment, I think. Probably, where are we, October? Probably about 6 months after my diagnosis, or 7 months after my diagnosis. And it came back clear. Everything gone, no evidence of disease. I'm a stone's throw away now from being 5 years cancer-free. So I took masses of these supplements. I meditated, and I did it a lot. And I think probably one of the most important things that I found myself, even from the moment that I was diagnosed, I never thought for a second that I wasn't going to be here. It just never crossed my mind. Even with stage 4 diagnosis, it never crossed my mind that I wasn't going to be here. I just had this calm feeling like it was going to be fine. Everything was going to work out, and I was going to be good. I just didn't think otherwise for 2 seconds. And that is so important. I think that's as important as anything you take or anything else you do, I think, is your mindset and your state of mind. You can't walk around thinking, oh no, I'm done for. You are, if you're going to think like that. You've got to be positive. I had a little 5-month-old boy, or, heading towards a year by this stage. He was almost turning 1. And I got the scans back, and everything was clear, and it was amazing. But you always have that feeling, you just never know, because you can't cure stage 4. So it's that day-by-day thing. So I changed my diet completely during that time. Also in that process, I completely cut out sugar, completely. I went on clean living. One of the most important things that I would recommend is juicing. I got myself a really good cold press masticating juicer, which is one that doesn't whir around. These NutriBullets, they whir around super quickly, and all the nutrients get whirred out with it. So the cold press juicers, they press and gently grind really slowly. They're really cool. They don't heat up the fruit or the pulp, and they just squeeze all the juice out, and the nutrients stay in, and they are much, much better. They are expensive, but nowadays you can get them reasonably priced. I mean, I'm in Australia, in Brisbane, and we can get them for, under $200. You can get a reasonable cold press juicer. So it's worth the investment. And I was having apple and carrot juice, mixing them together at a given ratio. And I was drinking so much of that, I swear I must have turned orange. I was just living on the stuff. And there's specific foods that I researched that I was eating as well, in copious amounts, and specific vitamins and herbs and supplements and things that I was taking massive quantities of. So, at the end of the day, I don't know what did it. Was it the supplements I was taking? Was it the all the juicing? Was it just my state of mind that I believed I was going to? Was it a combination of all of those? Was it a bit of the treatment? We will never ever know. It was probably a combination of everything. I was never brave enough at any point to contemplate not having treatment and just doing what some people do and going completely natural therapy. I certainly wasn't brave enough to ever think about doing that. I had 2 kids. So what I decided to do, because the chemo, what it does to you is just incredible. I've got so much stuff left over that it's just, my life is is tough. But, I decided to do the chemo and then afterwards go whole hog with the healthy supplements and the healthy eating and everything like that, and try and mend a little bit of what the chemo had done. Either way, I'm still here. It's nearly 5 years. I was having 3 monthly scans, full body scans, and then I was having 6 monthly scans. Then I was having yearly scans, and I'm seeing my oncologist again actually next Friday. So in about eight or 9 days. And I'm going to talk to her about getting the final yearly scan. And I think she said not even to get it, but I think I'd feel better in myself just having that last one, because it's a scary thing, just giving up the scans and going on blind faith that you'll know if it comes back, because it's such an aggressive type. If it came back and I didn't pick it up straight away and didn't notice it for a few months, that could be it. So that's a scary thing, not knowing whether to keep up the scans, because the scans do as much danger as the chemo or the cancer itself, with the radiation. So it's hard. I didn't have radiation. They cancelled my radiation with the stage 4 diagnosis, because they just, after the chemo, they said there was really no point in getting the radiation. But as it turns out, I didn't need it anyway, so that can only be a good thing. So that's about it. So that was almost 5 years ago, and I've been clear ever since. So it's left me with very bad arthritis. There's a lot of things that my immune system is pretty shot. I take a lot of things to try and fix that as best I can. You just have to keep going. There's things to do. There's kids there, and it's just one of those things. So I'll make other videos and I'll go in detail about all the supplements and everything, and the research and the meditation and everything I did, because I did so many things. I did things for positivity, and I did a lot of things, goal set things, just, keeping focused and everything like that. So there was a lot that I did, and I stayed positive through the whole thing. As I said, it never occurred to me I wasn't going to get through. What I can say to you is anyone that's just got a diagnosis, whether it be stage 1 or stage 4, whatever it is, it's not a death sentence. Don't think of it that way. Of course, you're going to be probably shocked and a bit scared to start with, but really, you just have to focus on getting it done. You've got to get out there and kick some butt. You can't be sitting there feeling sorry for yourself. You just got to do it. It's a tough road, but you've got to do it. So keeping focused, keep time for yourself. You've got to be a little bit selfish. I know there's kids to look after and things like that, but you've got to look after yourself. You have to get a lot of sleep. You have to get a lot of rest. And just take time out and find a hobby or something to do that has nothing to do with cancer, because your whole life from this point on until this is fixed is going to be cancer. You're going to eat, sleep, and breathe cancer. It's going to be just all consuming. So you really need to do something, whether it's a craft or something that you enjoy doing, or going for walks or photography, or find something that's really, really, really good, just to have something to just completely get your mind away and forget about what's going on and things like that. The appointments are crazy. I don't know how many people will even watch this, but please, I'm happy to answer any questions. I will leave other videos more extensively about what I did and everything like that. So hit like and subscribe. That way you will get all of my videos as I post them. If you know anyone in this situation or could benefit from this, even if it's family members, please share. Anyone that I can help or offer any information to help in any way is certainly a bonus. That's why I'm here. Good luck and be positive. Okay, bye.